I'm in this house and I'm going freaking crazy. Okay. So honestly, I didn't feel like making this video, and I told myself that I should because it's good to document things like this because, I don't know, sometimes it can be like therapeutic, but I just wanted to share my experience and I guess maybe a little bit of my anxieties about the fact that I am pregnant during a quarantine and a worldwide pandemic. Pregnant women are lumped in with, the group of people who are considered high risk or at risk just because we have to protect little lives inside of us. And because usually when a woman is pregnant, her immune system does get pretty low just because the baby is taking from her. But it's just been really freaking scary. I still have to go to prenatal appointments, and you should see the faces of my doctors and my nurses when I come in. Like, everybody is so full of fear and everyone's so cautious, and everybody has masks, everybody has gloves. They're trying to like rush me in and rush me out. There's a lot of paranoia that comes with it. It's very frustrating because it's like, people that don't know if they have coronavirus, or people that don't really think about it that way, are still going out, still like act like they're immune. And then pregnant women, people who are older, people with autoimmune disease who may have to go out for even just a doctor's appointment or to get like groceries at a different time. We're touching the same stuff as you, and we're just trying to stay safe. We're quarantining, but it's not like we don't have needs too. And I ask that everyone does their part because we're doing ours. And honestly, I'm in this house and I'm going freaking crazy. I've been stuck in the house for 4 days. 4 days, and they're saying this pandemic might go until August. I'm praying that it just lifts up and God's like, hey, virus, bye. But like, it hasn't happened yet. I'm just like, I'm trying not to be panicky, but it's very easy to be panicky. My nurses and my doctor have already told me that I can only have one person in the delivery room, and then I can only have one person throughout my whole stay at the hospital in general. No visitors at all. I can't have anyone else at any of my appointments with me. The rest that are to come, I have to come by myself for safety reasons. And I know that in places like New York, they're now saying that the women can't have anyone in the hospital with them. They have to do it alone. Could you imagine a 15-year-old girl, 16-year-old girl, and they have to go in by themselves without any support at all? They don't even have the option. It's just really sad. I can't. My partner and I don't live in the same home. So we're quarantined in separate houses. He still is going in and out of work, which means that he can't come around me for a while. So I literally have to choose between him and having my own mother in the room. I know there are people who have given birth in awkward positions, awkward situations by themselves at home. Personally, I'm scared. I'm scared. It's my first time. I have had a lot of previous medical issues, and so I would like my mom to be there just because she knows all about those things. It's just been really heartbreaking. Yesterday, I canceled my baby shower. Instead, we're gonna do something virtual, I think. We're gonna record a video of us opening the gifts that the baby has received. And I'm just praying we have enough because baby's gonna be here in 8 weeks. And I'm praying that this all passes and maybe that the curve drops a little bit by that time. But for that to drop, everybody has to do their part. So once my firstborn is born, he will have to be quarantined almost immediately. And when I go home, he has to be quarantined basically until he's had all of his shots. I feel like everybody that is gonna meet him either has to have been tested or something. And it's like his own father may not even get to meet him immediately after he's born. And that breaks my heart because we're both really family oriented and both of our dreams is like to start a family of our own. This is both of our first child, and I don't want him to miss that moment because I don't have to miss it, but it's only because I'm the one giving birth. It just sucks. It's like you don't want to see your firstborn over FaceTime. And I know there are people who are like in the service and in situations where they're overseas and things where they've had to do stuff like that. Neither of us saw this coming. Nobody saw any of this really coming. So to have to change what we thought was gonna happen is like your dreams are kind of like crushed. I know there are people who are mourning their ruined plans. There are people that can't pay their bills because their jobs are non-essential and have been shut down. It's a very lonely time too. Very lonely. I remember there was a day where I had to go get an iron transfusion, but I had to go around my grandfather's house afterwards, and I love my grandpa. He's the only grandparent that I have left at all, and I recently lost my granny, so we went over there, and it's like I never would leave his house without giving him a hug, telling him I love him, and I had to speak to him through the window to say hello. It was just a really sad time, and there's a lot of uncertainty around everything. I will say that luckily I have access to a computer where I can have video chats and conference calls with the different groups that I was meeting up with, and I feel supported by them. It's a little much not having contact with like any other humans but the ones in this house. It's very frustrating because my love language is quality time and touch. So like I miss my friends. I miss the baby's daddy. I miss my grandpa, my family members, my cousins. This pandemic is terrifying, and I tell myself and I believe in my heart that God is bigger, but the waiting process sometimes can be so painful. I feel like this video, I wanted it to be something different, so I'm sorry, this is awkward. I guess I had to let it out. Hopefully next week I'll have like a funnier video.